What is up, people? Nuts Man back again, and you should be able to tell from the title of the video. So, recently, right, a chapter of One Piece came out, chapter 1000. Pretty big deal, excited. And I was just watching a few different One Piece videos, and people just talking about One Piece and Oda and giving him, a lot of credit and love that he deserves. But I feel like one of the main things I feel like a lot of people overlook with his writing with One Piece, and a lot of times I hear people say like, Oda's thing isn't really character developing and developing characters and stuff, even though there have been a lot of good character developments. Maybe not a lot, but you could look at somebody like Sanji and a couple other characters, and you can see a lot of character development, right? Or somewhat character development. But I feel like a lot of why you don't see a lot of character development in One Piece is Oda likes to keep his characters consistent, and I feel like he just doesn't get enough credit for that, because I think that is so important in a series. You look no further than a series like Naruto, and how much people just hated Naruto in the end for basically doing a 180 and just turning his back on a lot of what he was kind of built around at the start of the series. A lot of people hated Naruto just for that. Not the series, but the character himself. He just kind of became a joke of what he was in the beginning. A hard-working guy who wanted to be Hokage. It just became really annoying and samey in, I want to save Sasuke. I cannot become Hokage if I cannot save a friend, which is, it's ridiculous, because we all know why it's ridiculous, and we all know why it didn't really make any sense, and all the stuff about not being prophecy child and all of that and stuff. It just didn't work in the end. But this isn't no Naruto video, it's a One Piece video. So like I said, I just wanted to give Oda for the 1000 chapter his credit on keeping his characters consistent, because you just look at somebody like Luffy, who's pretty much stayed the same over the whole series. But again, when you watch other series and you see the main character changed and basically become a joke of what they were, it really gives you, like for the future events of One Piece, right? It gives you it makes you optimistic, because it's like you're thinking, okay, these characters, I know them and I know the decisions they'll make, and I'm confident that they won't change, and that gives you like a comfortable feeling. And I feel like that you have to give Oda a lot of credit for that, because in real life, that is how it is. Like, a lot of people, it's hard to change. Like, it's really hard to change a person's thought or a person's perspective on how they look at things. So when you're watching a show, usually sometimes it feels a little it doesn't give you that realism feeling anymore when you see people just changing their views so easily or so quickly, just based upon what one person is saying, or because usually when people have a certain ideology, it took years and years and years for them to get that ideology, right? And it shouldn't be lost by just one scenario. Sometimes it can happen, of course, and you can change your perspective, but it gotta be a really significant event, right? And like I said, in Naruto, we've seen a lot of that, where Pain Nagato changed his perspective way too easily. Naruto didn't say enough for him to change his thoughts on, and he didn't give him the proper answer. And I feel like stuff like that was what really kind of brought down Naruto as, maybe not as good as a series anymore. Stuff like that, people complain about it all the time, calling it talk no jutsu. But a lot of people didn't really understand what people meant when they said talk no jutsu. It's not just that he's talking a lot. It's he's not saying anything, and then a lot of these other characters who are really smart just change their whole perspective. It just didn't make any sense. And with One Piece, you see a lot of consistency with characters. And I guess like step grandson who wants to be pirates, and he loves them a lot, but his perspective is, that being a pirate is wrong, and he obviously has his deep feelings on why, and it shows. Like, yes, it makes sense to me because that's how a lot of people are in real life. Like, they believe in justice, and even if it's a kid or their grandson, if they gotta face that justice, then you just gotta let it be. And so, things like that I really appreciate with One Piece. Luffy sticking to the character that he is, and he gets to play around with it a little bit with guys like Usopp, because he has like negative character traits, and so he gets to develop and put good traits in Usopp. So he does do some developing, but like I said, it's not to that extreme level. That's not. I think he could do it. He just doesn't choose to do it. He chose the better route, in my opinion, and maybe it's a little simpler. But again, I feel like keeping characters consistent with how they are, to me, makes a lot of sense. Especially these characters, because they're not like kids. They're like young adults, and their ideology and they can change, but it's not that easy, and just thinking and looking at the Straw Hats. Excuse me. I don't see any reason for. I want to be fair. I want to really think about it. I don't see any reason for any of them to, just change their perspective on the stuff that they have in their heads. Maybe, like I said, maybe Usopp, and we've seen Usopp kind of going away from his negative character traits. One of the main things we saw with Usopp was when he was fighting Luffy over the ship, and he just didn't have enough respect for Luffy as the captain and stuff like that. He didn't take it as seriously as he should have, and we've seen him. He was like the first one to say, "Hey, Luffy's gonna be the Pirate King," and that was huge for Usopp. That was insanely huge. So he does do development really. He when he does it well. He just doesn't choose to do it a lot. So that's just my opinion on. I just wanted to give Oda that credit. I feel like a lot of people don't give him the credit for keeping characters consistent, and why it makes people so, like me, very optimistic on future events that's gonna happen, because hey, I know, like, most of the time the scenarios that these characters are gonna be in, I know, it's not gonna be an ass pull, because I know they're gonna stay consistent to who they are, and it's gonna make sense. If it makes sense, then what else can you need? But like I said, big props to Oda, 1000 chapter. I just really wanted to make a video on One Piece. I'm a big fan of the series, so I don't know how many people are gonna watch this video, because I don't get that much views on the One Piece stuff. But just my perspective. If you liked it, like the video, give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out. Thanks for watching.